what's up everybody? This is your man Chef Ray, and I'm here today filming my first episode of Cooking with Chef Ray. This show not only is about cooking, it's about just regular conversation, great wine, music, and also promoting small businesses in the area. If anybody knows Chef Ray and know about Truffle Butter Bistro, you know we were famous for our infamous shrimp and grits and chicken and waffles. So today, you're gonna have the special treat of me making my shrimp and grits. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over the ingredients that we have for this recipe. It's pretty simple, anybody can make this. It actually takes only about 8 to 10 minutes after the prep is done. So what I have here are some 1620 shrimp, they're peeled in the vein. I have some smoked turkey sausages. I prefer smoked turkey because a lot of people don't like pork, so when they came to the restaurant, I started out using pork sausages so people would order without pork. So I switched to turkey and it worked just fine. The parsley here is just for the garnish. I have some red, green, yellow, and orange bell peppers, which I'm going to julienne really thinly slice, saute those up with the shrimp and also the peppers. I have my flour and butter, which is going to used to make my roux. Today's wine, we paired a Sauvignon Blanc because it usually goes really good with most seafoods. Alright, so the first step is I'm going to julienne the bell peppers. So I'm going to grab my peppers I have here. And what I'm going to do is julienne them thin slice long ways. I'm going to do the yellow first. And you want to do a thin julienne because it'll also make them saute a little faster and they look better in the dish. Some people like to dice or chop them up. I prefer the julienne because it just looks much better in the dish. Alright, so now I have all my peppers that I need, julienne, all ready to go. I'm going to put them back onto the plate. Like that. I'll discard this plate. And also what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and rough chop my parsley so I have that ready to go. So that'll be one step that's out of the way. I'm just going to take a bunch of parsley. You don't need much. Right, today we're only making one dish, so I'll just take a bunch and do a little rough chop on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going as a garnish. So I have my parsley rough chop there. I'm going to put this onto the plate. And from there we're going to move on and make the roux. Because the roux probably takes about 20 minutes because you have to cook the flour out of the butter. If anybody doesn't know what a roux is a thickening agent. It's 1 part flour and 1 part butter. So if you use a cup of butter, you need a cup of flour. It's very easy measurements. You shouldn't be able to mess this up. And the perfect key to making a good roux is you want to cook the flour out. Because if you just mix it up and don't cook the flour out, whatever you make, your gravy, your sauce, it's going to have a floury taste to it. So my next step is I'm going to make the roux. But before I do that, I'm going to pour me a glass of wine. Alright, so now I'm going to turn around here and I'm going to make this roux for you. Alright, so what I have here is my flour and butter, equal parts flour, equal parts butter. So I want to add the butter in first. Go ahead and get that butter so it can start melting. Just want to get a little heat, just you want the butter to melt just enough so you can add the flour to it as well. This takes about 2 minutes, and also you make sure you want to sift your flour before you do it so you don't get any lumps in your flour or any lumps in your sauces. So my butter's melted now, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the flour, mix it up really well, and go ahead and let that cook down until it starts to smell like a butternut. That's when you know the flour is cooked out of the roux. What you want to do, you just want to make sure you really mix that flour and butter in really well. Some people like their roux really thick. I like mine more as a liquidy consistency because it's easier to pour into the sauce that you're making and it thickens a little faster, and you won't get lumps and chunks. Now for those who like a more lighter roux, more softer than hard. A lot of people like to make hard roux. I like a softer roux, so that's what I'm making today. So right now the roux is cooking. As you can see, it's starting to bubble, and that's just the flour cooking out of the roux. So I pre-made my grits already, cut back on some time. But my recipe for the grits will be located in the description. I use heavy cream, half heavy cream, half water, salt, pepper, and butter. I like my grits creamy, so I chose heavy cream than using milk. Most people prefer straight water, which those grits are a disaster. So always when you make grits, use some kind of milk in your grits. Constantly stir your roux so it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom, because once the roux burns and you put it in your sauce is going to taste burnt. Okay, my roux is cooking. It's starting to brown a little bit, so what I'm going to do now is saute my julienne peppers. People eat with their eyes first, so when you use the color in your food, it makes everything pop even better. You just want to go ahead and saute these peppers up. You want them to get nice al dente. Nothing too serious. This is a really easy dish, so you let those saute for about 2 minutes on a medium heat. The next step to this is going to be adding the smoked turkey sausage, okay? Now you want to saute your turkey sausage and your peppers. You want to kind of get a little caramelization onto the turkey sausage, so make sure you bring out that flavor. My next step is going to be to add the shrimp. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this dish. If anybody knows me, I don't use a lot of seasonings. I pretty much mainly use only salt and pepper because when you cook the food, you'll be able to bring out the natural flavors in the food by just using salt and pepper. I don't like to mask food with a lot of onion powder and all that other stuff, so I'm a salt and pepper kind of guy. So I did about 4 twists on the pepper cracker. I did about 4 twists, and I'm going to do about 2 with the salt. It's looking beautiful already. The colors are popping, the shrimp are looking really good and plump, and the sausage are brown just right. Alright, now the shrimp and grits is just about ready. My last step is to add the chicken stock. A lot of people like to use seafood broth, clam juice. I prefer chicken stock. Chicken stock to me has a much more flavor, and it doesn't give it that fishy taste like most seafood broths. So here I have my chicken broth. It's only a cup of chicken broth. We're only making a little small amount today, but the chicken broth is what makes this dish the bomb. So right now the shrimp and grits has been simmering and it's ready to go. So right now what I'm going to do is add my roux and begin the thickening process. And as you can see, the roux is nice and brown now. It's perfect for what I want for this sauce. Okay, so the shrimp and grits is ready now. So the next step is to plate it up. Now the dish is all done. Only thing left now to do is to garnish it with a little parsley. A little rough chopped parsley. just for looks. Make sure it looks good. And there you have it. Chef Ray's famous shrimp and grits. Once again, anybody interested in being part of the show, if you want to come out and promote your small business, just contact me at Chef Ray Cooks.